Colin, it's obviously been a difficult season for the club, difficult couple of years for the club, really. If you can, just give us an idea of where the club's future stands right now.
Well, we've got to start again, really, and rebuild, and that we've got hopes to do that through the summer. We've got some new media people involved that we think, and we're going to try and have a proper campaign right through the summer, because it's on every level, really. It's sponsorship. We've got a couple of good sponsors which help us keep the club alive, but we need more. We need more support from the local populace, around about Ryhope, and the wider city. The people. That's why we call it Sunderland RCA rather than Ryhope CA, so that we'd attract support from across the city, and that's what we need to do if we want to have decent Northern League, non-league football in Sunderland. And we managed to sustain that for a lot of years, but we've always been punching above our weight, basically. In this last couple of years, it's just been very difficult, But it happens to lots of clubs. It happens now and then, We're quite philosophical about it.
When you look back, I mean, the team that Martin Swales had, that finished, top 4, top 5 in Division 1. It shows the potential of the club. I mean, it was an unbelievable side. You look Pages, Dylan Elliott's and players like that. But obviously the club's in a very different situation now, but there seems a little bit of hope for the future still.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we've got lots of young players now, and they've got decent pedigree, but this is a tough standard and it's hard for them learning. And funnily enough, we've had a run of really tough games, but we've the last half a dozen games of this season was the games we think we can pick points up there. So we're not giving up on this season yet, and we could have a good finish yet. Hopefully we can. And then, as I say, a complete relaunch really over the summer, and try and do as much publicity as we can right through the summer, and generate as much interest as we can going into next season. But we've got to keep the club alive, and that's what's happened over the last couple of years. We can't spend money we haven't got, that's the situation for all clubs, really. It happens to lots of clubs, as you know, Mark. It happens to lots of clubs. They spend too much money and then they're in trouble,
Just give us an idea of how close the club did go to going under.
I never thought. No, I don't think we ever thought we were going to go under. No. We knew it would be difficult. We knew it would be hard. And, we had a very promising young side the first half of last season. Some great young players. And it was really disappointing having to really pull the plug on that team, which is what we had to do. But we were losing too much money week by week and it couldn't go on, And that would have jeopardised the future of the club. Just getting beat doesn't jeopardise anybody. As long as you turn the side out and you're trying to compete the best you can, that's all people can insist, It
is looking as if it will be Division 2 next season, which is obviously disappointing, but I mean, in some ways it'll give these young lads a chance to really develop where they can be a bit more competitive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, last season I went away on at the end of last season, I went away on my holidays thinking we had been relegated. So it came as a bit of a surprise that we weren't relegated last season. And, we were pleased with that. It gave us another chance. And this season has been a bit disappointing. We've had 3 managers in the course of the year. Nobody's managed to turn the trick we needed them to do. And it was a big ask. We know it was a big ask. There was a budget, some kind of budget, not anywhere near what we would have wanted to have. But we were hopeful that we'd get, local support and make it a centre for local players. And we've got, youth teams now, and that's the future of the club. We've got to keep developing that. We've got a 25-year lease on our ground, which is probably the second best ground in the city, and we've got plans to develop that, and we've got access to good grant aid. But all of that needs money as well. We still need to generate some money ourselves. However much grant aid we get, we need to have people say, right, we'll chip in towards that. And that's on the agenda as well. There's a whole range of things in there, 5-year plans and all that kind of thing. So we don't expect anything to happen instantly. But we're going to try and have a good relaunch. We're trying to think of a snappy title for it now, actually. You might be able to have any suggestions, RCA Renaissance or RCA Revival or, something like that. And try and have a real campaign, as I say, that's the plan.